25. She's from Fitchburg. And on her right is Dr. Allison O'Neill, pediatric oncologist from the Dana-Farber. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I was going to try to pronounce both of your cancers, but I messed it up 3 or 4 times, so I'm going to have you do it.
That's okay. When I was 15 months, I had hepatoblastoma, which is liver cancer, and then now I have hepatocellular carcinoma.
Couldn't you have found something easier to pronounce?
I know. I don't know. I couldn't have.
Yeah, so you've been at this business.
I just say HCC.
HCC.
There you go.
For a long, long time.
Yes.
Are you tired of all this at this point?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
It's been a very long roller coaster ride.
How do you maintain your focus? How do you maintain your attitude to attack this thing?
Family, friends, the support I have. I can't thank them enough. The Jimmy Fund. I've known Lisa for 24 years, and a couple other nurses, and Allie.
And a good doctor.
Great. Yeah, Allie. I met her last year, so.
Dr. O'Neill, tell us about Chelsea's case.
Yeah, so Chelsea has been affected by cancer for quite some time, and there is no one with more sass than this lady here. I mean, you ask how she fights it, and she's got an unbelievable attitude. Her type of cancer currently, hepatocellular carcinoma, is actually quite rare in pediatrics. It's a disease more frequently seen in adults, usually secondary to liver disease, pre-existing liver disease, like cirrhosis. But in the pediatric population, it's certainly more rare, but when Chelsea was treated for her hepatoblastoma many, many years ago, her liver sustained a lot of injury. And when she went on to a liver transplant and the liver was removed, because the liver had been so injured, it was predisposed to this secondary type of cancer. And it's a challenging one, but we've managed to get Chelsea's disease quite stable, and she's done wonderfully with the treatments thus far. And like I said, her attitude is gold.
Chelsea, what does the tattoo say, and when did you get it?
I actually got the tattoo.
Your parents know you have it, right?
I'm sorry?
Your parents
yes,
already
they
know
do.
you. Yeah.
I'm not in trouble. I actually got it in honor of my organ donor. It was one of her signature phrases, and it's kind of a motto for me, too, because...
It says, keep smiling, beautiful.
Keep smiling, beautiful, yeah. So that was important for me to get.
Sure.
So
yeah.
You sound like someone, I mean, you have a great attitude, but you do have your moments where you ask, why me, and why me again?
Yeah, a lot, yeah. It's hard. I say, why me, but then you go into the Jimmy Fund and you see all these kids with cancer, and we all need help and support and whatever we can get.
Oh, what age did you start thinking this just isn't fair? At what point in your life? Or did you ever think that?
Yeah, definitely. It was easier when you're a baby because you don't know what's going on. After the liver transplant, we were hopeful that was going to be it, the end of the roller coaster, but it was like a slap in the face when you find out you have cancer again. It was unreal. So it's hard. It's hard, but my family's great, and they're always by my side, and I'm hopeful that with the new treatment, Jimmy Fund always comes up with something. So I'm hopeful that I'm going to be here for a while longer.
Where are you in your treatment plan? I read a quote from you. You said, it's a very scary time in my life, never knowing what each day will bring. Where are you in the treatment program?
So right now, there's no cure for HCC. We're just hoping we can maintain it and be stable. I've tried a couple different things that didn't work. Currently, I'm on a treatment. It's every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, it's an injection of chemo. I think it's still in the clinical trials, actually.
So it's a type of immune therapy. It's an antibody that, it's called nivolumab, but it's an antibody that targets a cell surface protein on the surface of many cancers called PD-1. It's a protein that's upregulated with inflammation in many cancer types across the board. And recently there was a publication, or actually a presentation at a national meeting that suggested it could be helpful in Chelsea's disease type. For that reason, we're kind of on the front edge of using it in this disease, but we're hopeful that it's going to stabilize things.
It seems to me, Doctor, and Chelsea, there's nothing fair about any of this, but part of the unfair part is that the rare forms of cancer, I would assume, get less research much money because there are fewer patients with it. I mean, that just adds unfairness on top of unfairness. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And in pediatrics, everything's rare.
Yeah.
And you look at a disease like this, hepatocellular carcinoma, where you can say, well, it's not rare in the adult population, but we really do think it's a different disease in our pediatric patients. So absolutely, it's often the rarer diseases that are the hardest to cure. So it's where we need the most help and the most attention.
So is the treatment of this disease in older patients different than it would be in pediatrics and even in somebody Chelsea's age?
It can be different, yes.
Yeah.
And we find that children respond differently to therapies than adults do.
What do you have? You're 25, right, Chelsea?
Yeah.
What do you have planned for the next 50, 60 years?
Right now, I'm just kind of living life and enjoying myself. But I need to start. I don't know what I want to do. But right now, I'm currently focused on staying healthy. And then we'll see what the next chapter brings me.